What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's the Reclusive Gamer here. Today's video, I'm going to go over a couple of things. Let's just call it a quick tutorial. Um, I haven't played Resident Evil 2 in a while, and there's another fellow YouTuber by the name of Dopamine Overload. He has some really good advice. You should check his channel out. He just made a video on a particular issue, had to do with the inability to use or play as Leon or something. I never encountered that issue, at least from what I can remember. I was able to use Claire or Leon, no problem. However, there was a particular segment in the beginning of the game once you entered into the Raccoon Police Department, and I think it was with Leon. I hit the computer or something, and the game froze, and it was not playable. I had to uninstall Prey Dog's VR mod and then continue from a later save. This happened when the mod first came out though, but I don't know. I haven't encountered any issues anymore like that. So yeah, so I'm just curious what he's referring to. I want to see if I'm going to start a new game on Resident Evil 2 and see if I can play as Leon and see what happens. Yeah, it's been a while since I played RE2. It's probably one of the best ones on there. RE3 is okay as well. I think it's pretty good. But there is an issue on playing Resident Evil 3, and it has to do with your color settings that you set on your GPU. If you have it on RGB in full for some reason, the game will not register on your HMD. I don't know why. I don't know if that problem is still persistent or not, but I read it through some of these internet forums that all you have to do is change your color settings. Here, I'll check it out right now. Actually, it is resolution. Yeah, it's right here. If you're having any issues running the VR mod by Prey Dog, change the color depth. You can leave it on highest, I think, but the major one is here, and I think I went over this on one of my previous tutorials, but make sure it's on YCBCR422 and make sure your output color depth is 8. I don't know if it'll work on these other ones, but I played it at 8 and it works, and I can't really perceive any difference in color, to be honest. So yeah, make sure you do that. You might want to go into manage 3D settings, and I have these settings. It works for me. The image scaling I have off, ambient occlusion I have off. A lot of these you can control through your games anyways, depending on which game you wanna play. I turn FXA on. FXA is notoriously known as a less intensive resource. With other anti-aliasing things like SMAA or TAA, I heard it's a little more intensive. So if you got a crappy GPU like me, I would go with FXAA. I haven't had any issues. Gamma correction, I don't know what that shit does. Anti-aliasing mode, I usually just put in application controlled, but I always leave XAA on for some reason, just in case. I don't know. Another thing you might want to do, I notice helps, is your background application frame rate. I lower that to like 20 FPS. That is basically what it says. It's for your background applications. So you don't want it to run very high, because you can, I guess, it leaves some headway for your system to use resources. The main ones are down here. I usually, for power management mode, some say this works, some say it doesn't. I haven't had any issues. I've been using these settings for ages, for years now, and I haven't had a problem. In fact, maybe it's placebo. I don't know. I seem to have better performance. But make sure your power management mode is turned on to prefer maximum performance. My shader cache size, I know some might not agree with this, but I leave it on unlimited. Some people say that maybe 10 gigs is good enough, but when I used to play GTA 5 in VR, I noticed the roads kind of looked a little weird. There's some kind of texture pop-ins, and there's discoloration on the roads. They were all like this weird yellowish color, and it just looked kind of ugly. And yeah, I found out through another forum that someone mentioned to increase your shader cache size. And this is a prerequisite for when I play Skyrim VR, because on a particular mod list that I use with the EMB, they recommend you to turn this, to fix a setting to make sure it's on. Texture filtering quality, I always have a high performance, and VSync, I just leave it on 3D, whatever. When you're playing with Prey Dogs VR mod, by default, I think it naturally forces the VSync to turn off anyways. That's it. The virtual reality pre-rendered frames, I honestly, I don't know what this does. I just leave it at 1. I haven't had any problems. Yeah, those are... All right, just make sure everything's good here. Okay. Low latency mode, by the way, you might want to turn on. I just leave it on ultra. I haven't had any issues. But yeah, the main thing here is the most important, is if you can't get your headset to run correctly while playing, at least with Resident Evil 3, or I think even Village gave me an issue as well. Just change the output color format. And yeah, that's really about it. All right, let me back out of here. Another program that I use is MSI Afterburner. And this thing right here, I forgot what this is called, but it's a what is it, Asus? It's a GPU tweak. I use this all the time, and what I do before I run any kind of games, I make sure all unnecessary programs is turned off. One thing you can do is go into the task manager, and what I do is I click on startup, and I make sure anything and everything that I don't use is disabled. So I pretty much disable everything. Another tip, like I said, is this one. It comes with the Boost My System. I always click that. There we go. See, I already ran it beforehand, but I'm just showing you to show you as an example. Run that. It shuts down like all kinds of background processes that aren't necessary. Wow. Okay, it stopped like 16 processes. All right. Yeah, then I click on MSI Afterburner, and my fan speed, I always have it like at least 75. You can go into the setting and use a curve thing where it doesn't stay at a particular fan speed, but it will ramp up or ramp down depending on what you're doing. I don't really care about the background noise. With my microphone, I have background like noise cancellation, or these noise filters where it cancels out any kind of like air conditioning noise or fans or anything like that anyways. So I usually leave it at, I used to have it at 100, but it was pretty loud. But 75 I think is decent. So yeah, those are my main tips. Another thing you can do, I believe, is go into I always click rest, restore. It goes into system properties. And what I do is I go into the advanced options and performance, visual effects, processor scheduling, memory usage, blah, 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 blah. I go into the settings here and I always tick adjust for best performance. I apply it and basically it shuts off almost everything. The only thing that I do like to have turned on is show thumbnails instead of icons, so I can see what some videos or pictures or things I need to see are. But every time I click on that, the setting doesn't stay and it always reverts to something else. It goes back to its default where there's a whole bunch of boxes that are ticked. So I just leave it at adjust for best performance. That's it. Oh, one last tip. I like to go into the graphics settings. Here you could turn this on, the hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. That may or may not work. I don't really notice a difference. Some people swear by it. Some people claim that it works when it's turned off. I don't know. It's up to your own discretion. But with this thing is, I like to choose certain programs. Like for example, let's go into Resident Evil 2 because I want to see what Dopamine is talking about. I want to see if I have that issue with Leon. Okay, you select the EXE you want, the RE2 EXE. Oh, it's right here. I thought I had it already, but apparently I didn't. You add the EXE to whatever game that you want to the graphic setting, and I always click on high performance, and that's it. You save it. You can do this with almost any and every game that you have. So the most frequent games that I play, I add. Okay, and that's it. Now I'm going to go into, I always have it saved as a bookmark. I'm going to go into Prey Dogs Resident Evil framework. And first of all, I just want to say one thing about Prey Dogs framework. The first thing you want to do is, if this is your first time installing the game, go into this first one. And it came out May 16th. Download it. Click and drag it into the folder, into the let's use Resident Evil 2 as an example. You click and, you know what, let's just do that. Why not? I'll just show you. See, I don't use ray tracing. I prefer the DX11. So if you're using DX11, make sure you're using the RE2 EDB66.zip. So this is the base Resident Evil 2 mod that you need. When you update the game, you go into his newer builds. It's called nightly builds. But let's just use this as an example. Let me open up Steam actually, just so I can show you. Dopamine, he mentioned pretty much the same thing. So if you want to watch his video, he pretty much says the same exact thing that I'm saying. But you know, we're all VR gamers. It's a community. We all should help each other out. So that's one thing that he mentioned, which was pretty cool. I have a lot of respect for the dude for saying that. I wish most YouTubers and gamers were like that, you know. But all right, here it is. I have Resident Evil 2, and if you notice, it says DX11 non-RT. And it, like I said, it depends on what version you want to play. So for me, I prefer the non-RT. I can't play with ray tracing anyway, so like like naturally I have to play with non-RT. You go into updates right here. See, I always tick to only update this game when I launch it, just in case, because I don't want to mess up my mods. Okay, but where is it? I think it's the version. No, you go into betas. Here you go. You choose which one you want. If you click onto none, the default is the ray tracing. It's DX12. So if decide right now which one you want. For me, I prefer the DX11 because there's more mods that work for it anyways. So you click onto that and it should, I don't know if we'll re-download the entire game again, but it will fix it where the version of the game is the DirectX 11 non-ray traced. So then what you want to do is, this is the main base preliminary mod. And I already know where my games are. I've been doing this for a long time now, so. Where is it? Resident Evil 2. Right here. Okay. What you can do is, you know, I'll just click it over. I can erase it from the desktop. So it's in here. It's going to overwrite everything. Extract here. Unzip it. Yes to all, meaning it's going to overwrite everything. So it's back to square one in terms of base mod. Then what you want to do is, for all the updates or the latest versions, you can go to newer build. Newer builds can be found here. Resident Evil 2. So remember, I have, for me, as an example, I have the non-ray trace version. So download the RE2 TDB66.zip. And as soon as it finishes downloading, fix these windows here. Okay. You could, same method. Me, I'm lazy. I'm just gonna double click it. You could open that way. Dopamine mentioned something about going to framework and clicking and dragging just this along with the other files. I don't know. I honestly never had a problem. But you know what? After this, we're gonna go into the game and see what happens. But ever since I've been playing this game, what I do with the nightly builds is, I used to just actually, you know what? I used to just click and drag the dinput 8.dll. But and it worked fine. You can do that. But I just started as an experiment. I just started just dragging all the files. So in that, I haven't had any issues. So I just Control A, I highlight everything. I click and drag it over. Replace the files, and that's it. Done. So I've been doing this for a long time. Like I said, it's like, seriously, it's like a ritual I have every time I wake up every day. I'll check Prey Dog's nightly builds, his newer builds, to see if he has any, and he's always constantly updating it. So it's very frequent. I believe you can, where is it? Maybe check. And there's a lot of instructions here, by the way. You just really have to read. Troubleshooting, read. You know what I mean? Everything that I stated or Dopamine has stated, you can find in the VR troubleshooting pack, or join the Discord. There's a community there. It's very helpful. I would go on there, but I'm an idiot. I honestly don't even know how to use Discord. I have it on my iPad, and I can see things that are going on there, but from the computer, I don't know how to use it, and it just gives me a massive headache. So yeah, I just find out stuff that I need to find out through like forums or I don't know, other YouTube videos. But usually when you click on newer builds, I was looking for like a readme section. Sometimes they have like readmes and updates. You can see what changes are made, but I can't seem to find it. All right. So, anyways, that's really about it. And the one final last thing that I do, final touches, I always use the Fidelity FX. I click and drag these two files into this folder as a safety measure, safety precaution. I, I mean, I don't do it because I'm a lazy bastard. But to be safe, the proper way to do this is to rename your OpenVR API to, I don't know, like you can name it back or whatever you want to name it to. So when you rename it, basically what that does, it renders the file useless, and then you move over the new file, and that is it. You can even configure that said file right here, the OpenVR underscore mod.cfg. Right click, edit, and its default value of 0.77 looks good. It's considered ultra quality. You can increase or decrease depending on what you're trying to achieve. If you want quality or balance or performance, I personally never go below 0.77 because once you start going below that, it looks kind of crappy. So its default value 0.77 I think is, for me, and at least in my personal opinion, I like it. The true sharpness, I don't really mess around with this. Its default is 0.9. I personally just leave it at that. It works wonderfully. I use this with this Fidelity FX with pretty much all my Steam VR games. Most of them work, not all of them. I tried it on the Half-Life 2 VR mod, and yeah, it didn't work. So, and I mentioned this before, it's because it runs on DirectX 9, so that's an older engine thing. So yeah, that's it. I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful, you find it useful, and you want more tutorials, remember to drop a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, another YouTuber, which I mentioned, his name is Dopamine Overload. He's very helpful as well. He's learning. He's getting good at this. So yeah, check out his channel as well. I suspect he's going to be doing a lot of tutorials and passing on the information, which, you know, we all should pass this information out. You know, none of us own this information. I got this information freely from some other YouTubers, so it's like an echo chamber. You know, we should all be here together and, you know, join as a community. You know, learn to love one another. Love thy neighbor as thyself, as they say. So, all right, yeah, okay, that I'm starting to sound cringy right now, but all right, yeah, like and subscribe, and stick around if you want. I'm gonna test out and see if the update works, to see what's new in it, and also I'm gonna try to play as Leon and see if there is an issue that Dopamine mentioned. And I hope there isn't, but all right, we'll see. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so I'm back. RE2 is running. So far so good, but only time will tell as soon as I start a new story. Just like Dopamine said, he mentioned all these display settings, which I totally agree with. I pretty much said the same thing. Oh, by the way, make sure your rendering mode is on normal. Image quality, I can get away with 100%. I don't know about y'all. It depends. Frame rate, variable, VSync off. I leave FXA on. Texture quality, I probably should lower it, but I'm a spoiled little bitch, so I leave it at 8. 16, it's good. Mesh quality, spoiled, need it at max. Shadow quality. Yeah, I probably leave it, you know, high is good, because I tried that low before, and the shadows look kind of weird. They look very boxy and polygonal. Okay, that sounded kind of perverted. polyamory. No, just kidding. Um, just leave it at high or medium. I prefer. I like it at high. Shadow cache is okay. Contact shadows. See, the biggest things is screen space reflections. It doesn't look right in VR, anyways. It depends on the game, but in this game, it doesn't look right. Leave it off. Subsurface scattering, it doesn't really matter. I actually have it on. Volumetric lighting quality, this is another big one. I It looks a little better with it on, I'm not gonna lie. But if your PC or your GPU is very limited, you have a subpar system, I recommend keeping it off. I just keep it off. I don't really notice much of a difference that much anyways. It does look a little bit better. You can see some of the rays. You know what? I'm just going to leave it on low. How's that? Particle quality, high. Yeah. Okay, I remember this now. It's coming back. I used to have it at low, but I noticed the raindrops look kind of weird to me. It didn't look very natural. It looked too exaggerated. So I think high is good. It makes it a lot finer. It just makes it look more high quality. Ambient occlusion, if you're having issues, I would keep it off. Me, I just leave it at set areas only. Bloom, keep it off. Like he said, it does kind of look cool, but it looks good with it off either. I mean, I don't know. If I can save resources, I'm gonna do that. Lens flare off. Motion blur obviously off. Depth of field, I leave all this stuff off. Film noise, and I suggest having your window at windowed. I had it on a full. I don't know why it was on full, but keep it at windowed. Resolution 1920 by 1080 is that's good. I think it doesn't really affect anything. It's just your 2D screen. You're not going to notice any difference in your HMD because the visuals is separate, I believe. So the VR mod does its own rendering techniques and everything at its resolution. I'm rocking the HP Reverb G2 now, which is my preferred headset on most games. I do use the Quest for certain games. I mostly use the Quest 2 on Oculus exclusive games, things like that, or games where I need a lot of room to move around and things like that. I'm going to be playing Fallout 4 VR. I have 2 different mod lists that I downloaded that I'm going to check out and try and show you what the difference is between each one. One has a really cool weather system called NAC. I think it's called Natural something Commonwealth. Natural Ambient, I don't know. I'll look it up. But it's called NAC weather. And it looks amazing, by the way, especially the wet and rain effects. It has nuclear winter, nuclear weather. It just looks incredible. And the other mod list I downloaded was I think Ginga is her name, Jinja's Fallout 4 VR Essentials, which is good also, by the way. You can actually touch your Pip-Boy, physically touch it, and it turns on, and you can mess around with the controls on there, which is like really immersive. So yeah, I'll show that off next. So yeah, I have a lot of games to play. I haven't been feeling well. It's kind of just been like depressed and laying down. So, but yeah, it's time to continue to make videos, and I am sorry. I know I am rambling. So here goes. We'll go into story. You know what? I want to see what he's talking about. I'm going to check out new game and see if I can play as Leon. Nah, I'll leave it as standard.
Look, man, I'm serious, okay? I saw this with my own eyes.
Okay, there's a interesting looking burger. Oh wow, it's all squishy looking. That's cool. It actually moved around when he grabbed it. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm like a VR veteran, and I'm still blown away by this.
Look, just listen, all right? She got closer, and I got a good look at her. You had to see her eyes, her nose, her whole face. It looked like it was rotting.
Yeah.
She looked like a corpse. Like a walking corpse, man.
Sounds like my wife.
I've never seen anything like it. I haven't been able to sleep since that night.
All right, calm down,
Oh.
buddy. Calm down. Just
He disappeared.
you gotta stay strong. Okay. Don't give in to fear out there, right?
Yeah, well, you got that right. If you freeze up around these things, they'll sink their teeth in you. I saw it attack somebody.
Oh, come on. Just getting good.
Yeah, I don't know. The drops still kind of look kind of enlarged.
I need some sleep. Oh, shit.
Oh, what was that? I saw some weird symbol. All right, let me make sure I'm still recording here. Testing, testing. Okay. Yeah, I have two different monitors, so I always put my OBS window on my other monitor so I can see if it's filming it or recording or not.
What do I do? What am I gonna do?
All right. There's Mr. Kennedy here. Installed a mod. I gave him some kind of tactical outfit. I hope it shows up. And Claire, yeah, I hope it's safe for work, because you know me and my not safe for work mods. I think they're funny as shit. But unfortunately, YouTube is a little funny with that. They want to keep it family friendly. Family friendly. Violence is okay, but God forbid you show a little cleavage. Can't do that. Can't have that.
That's weird.
Blowing someone's head off? No problem. Decapitations? Beautiful. Yeah, I don't know why he's wearing that outfit. I think maybe it has to do with the prologue. Okay. And he's in... Okay, good. He's in first person. Yeah, Dopamine mentioned something about... I think he's right. It's pressing the insert key, and yikes, my frame rate sucks. But then again, I only have a 1080 Ti, so that's to be expected. It looks beautiful, though. Holy shit. Oh, and another thing, I have HD textures installed, which is a dumb move on my behalf. I know. I'm pressing my luck with that, but I like the most pristine visuals. What can I say? But all right, let me think. Okay, the raindrops they're realistic looking, and that is because I think the volumetric lighting takes care of that. And he mentioned something about pressing the insert key that will bring up... I don't feel like doing it because I'm too lazy to get up right now, but that will bring up the Resident Evil framework window, and you can... That's how you turn on the first person mod. There's also a button, a hotkey button that you can put on there. I usually have it to space, where if you press it, it will automatically align your body and everything, just like the same way that Luke Ross's mod works with the auto adjust when you shake your head left and right. Well, it's pretty much the same thing. So this works. He mentioned something about touching. I forgot about that one. You can touch your... It's very finicky, though. I remember having this problem. If you look back or watch some of my previous videos, I mentioned that it doesn't really work very well. So you can adjust it through the text file in the game. I forgot to mention that or show you that, but you could find it on Dopamine's channel anyway. He goes over that. There's a thing where you reach behind your back, I think, and you could bring up the menu like that or something. But all right, let me shut the hell up and let's go. Okay. Trigger this cutscene. There's also
Anybody there?
an option on the RE framework, if you press the insert key, where you can instead of seeing cutscenes in third person, you can view cutscenes through his perspective, which is pretty cool. Wow, this is really something. There's so much detail. That's why I had to download the HD texture pack, because I remember before everything looked really super like low res. But wow, these Slim Jims. Yeah, I feel like I'm in an actual deli now. Or a 7-Eleven. What do you call these convenience stores? That'd be cool if they actually had real life advertisements, but you know, there'd be copyright issues with that. So cool. Cigarettes, $1.25 per pack. Yeah, right. Maybe back in 1960. Shit, I live in New York, man. We pay like $15 for cigarettes. It's crazy. That should be enough incentive to quit, but yeah, old habits die hard for me.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm really sorry about the frame rate, but I'm gonna have to uninstall the texture mods if I'm gonna record. But yeah, I just wanted to see if I can replicate the problem that he mentioned about the left eye not rendering or the right eye or something. But it seems to be okay. I don't know. I'll probably play until the police station part.
Stop moving.
Officer, you need help?
Stay back, sir. I got this.
Freeze! I'll shoot!
Yeah, I don't like the reticle. Wait, where's the key? Damn, I suck at this. I haven't played this in ages. It's right here, I think, right? Oh, right here. Okay. There she is.
Don't shoot! Get down!
And that's not the outfit I chose. I want to see her in a skirt.
You alright?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
You can thank me later.
Oh, floating gun.
We're
Nice.
safe.
Holy shit.
Oh, no. I can't. Yeah, I was going to turn the HUD off.
Come on! Get in! Hold on.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have some answers at the police station.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah, Leon Kennedy. You are?
Claire. Claire Redfield.
Live around here?
No. I'm looking for my brother. He's a cop too.
Well, it's a good thing we
Ooh.
found each other. I don't know what to
The hell?
expect anymore.
Alright, I want to skip this. Skip, skip, skip. It's 2D, it's flat screen anyways. Yes, skip, skip, skip.
Attention all citizens.
Okay.
Due to the citywide outbreak, you are advised to take shelter at the Raccoon City Police Station. medical supplies will be provided to everyone.
Hey, where's Claire? Oh, there she is.
God, this is so unreal.
Police station's not much farther. They'll know something.
Yeah, but what if we're the only ones? What if there's no survivors?
No, there's survivors. It's a big city. There has to be. Looks like we're walking from here.
More like running.
Yeah, good call.
Leon, we gotta back up. What the?
Holy shit. There, get out. Get out now! Hold on! Claire! Claire, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. How about you?
Can't stay here, it's not safe.
Go on ahead. I'll meet you at the station.
I'll be there.
Oh, fuck.
This is
Wrong
out
way.
of control.
Yeah, this looks phenomenal. Shit, I wish I had a friggin'
It's everybody.
an RTX capable GPU though. A fucking 4090, can you imagine that? How smooth everything would be?
There it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
The station.
Beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers though. At least I'm able to play in VR. Floating trees, alright. Yeah, I don't like this reticle. Just makes it too easy. Let me turn. Wait, where is it? Is it HUD? There it is. Okay. That should do it. And let me see what I can do with the graphics to give myself a little boost. Shit, you know what? Turn the FXA off. Yeah, Dopamine's right though. I probably should really lower the texture quality, but it's something that I kind of don't want to do. All right, medium shadows. You can look in real time to see what it does. At low, it's like barely noticeable. Now it's more pronounced. Yep. Actually, you know what? Medium is the way to go, I think. Because from medium to even higher or ultra, there's not that much of a difference. In screen space, forget it. Yeah, it just looks strange. There's weird dithering or something going on here. Yeah. Yeah, screen space does not work. You know, fuck the subsurface scattering. I don't need it. Value metrics. Let me see something. Yeah, I don't really notice that much of a difference. I'm just gonna leave it off for now. All right, particle. I'll leave it high though. All right, that's it. That's it. That's it. Nah, it's not that much of a difference. I mean, for me, it doesn't take that much to please me. The game is playable at least, but for some people, if you're prone to sickness, you might not want to. Yeah, I see what he's talking about now. This area is horrendous. It is always this front area. In some areas, it clears up a bit. You'll get some extra frames. Nah, I don't know if I want to save it. I don't know. Alright, you know what? I like to keep one Leon file and one Claire file. Alright, this is... Whenever I hit this computer, I used to go through some problems. Afterwards, the game would not load, or it would crash, or something would happen. It wouldn't look right. So we're going to see if it replicates that. 3, 2, 1, and... Oh, yeah. Yep. No good. Yeah, it's black. Completely black.
Not good.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Marvin, you there? I found a way out. It's in here.
Alright, let me see what happens if I pause it and skip it. Oh, that sucks, dude. Really? Okay, the map shows up. Oh, wow. Yeah, everything went black. Alright, so... Apparently, playing with Leon is not feasible. Dopamine, you were right, bro. Okay.